So I heard they were having Raid Finder on the PTR, so I decided to hop on and check it out. And when you go into the PTR, you go into the raid group, they scale your gear down to 496, which isn't too bad. That's like normal mode throwing a Thunder gear. And we were on the first boss. Well, the first boss they gave me was Kor'kron Dark Shaman. So they start off on 2 mounts, and you run up and fight them. They have shared health, Spirit Link. Spirit Link. So it's a double dot fight. So I had to keep one as focus and just continuously refresh Shadow Word Pain on it, because Shadow Word Pain is awesome now. See, it used to be that Smite was about 60 to about 70% of your damage is holy DPS, and throughout the raid I was pulling maybe about 50 to 60%, which is about normal, but Shadow Word Pain was pushing ahead because they increased his damage by 25%, plus I was double dotting. And yeah, so that fight is actually really, really hard on like Raid Finder with a random group of people, especially with your scaled down gear, because there's a lot of damage going out and you have to like run around. Well, you just run out of Toxic Mist, that's not really a problem. They throw down the big meteor, which one-shots you, which I didn't really think they had one-shot mechanics in LFR, which is crazy. So I guess they have it like super overtuned for testing, or I just had a really bad group, and I don't think that's the case. They weren't half bad. A little bit better than most LFR groups I've had, you know, like on live, especially since these are all people who cared enough to download the PTR and go in there. And I think we wiped maybe about 7 to 8 times before we finally downed it. I had the buff up to like almost 40%, or it might have been 30, I don't really remember. It'll probably be on the video when I actually put it up though. So what they do is they're on their wolves, they come out and we kill their wolves, and then we kill them and they move them around because they drop dark mist everywhere. And then the girl shaman will periodically just summon ads, which I just AoE down. And because of all the AoEing and double dotting, I went boom so hard on this fight. But good thing you can cast Smite and Holy Fire with pretty much no mana, so I just spammed the crap out of those once I ran out of mana. And I was actually probably about 5th or 6th on DPS, which isn't half bad for a holy DPS. The whole bunch of other players who were pretty good, you know, and using real DPS. Plus, holy DPS has really good AoE. So, after about 7 or 8 attempts, we finally killed them. Then after we killed the shamans, we went and killed some trash. The trash is just orcs doing various different things. There was this really annoying pack of trash in the middle, like in Ragefire Chasm, where there was like these group of shamans, and they would drop totems that would heal 10% every second. But if you killed the totems, they would just drop them again, so... And plus they kept casting that one shell on them, which would... Shoot, what's it called? I don't remember, but it's the shaman thing they put on that's like Prayer of Mending. So they kept putting that on, and they kept dropping totems, and just could not kill them. I think it took us like 10 minutes to finally just like pull one out of the group and kite it away from its totem, or just kill its totem. Yeah, we just kept pulling one from the group with the death grip, and we finally got it down. And throughout the trash leading up to General Nazgrim, there's these hanging warlock trainers with a sign that just says, like, traitors, and they're just dead over a fire pit, which I thought was kind of sad. So, anyway, once we got to General Nazgrim, I wiped on him about 5 times before I finally just left, because I had already been in LFR for maybe, I don't know, because after every wipe we had people leave, then we had to wait, and then we had someone who kept pulling the shamans and kept wiping us for no reason. So I was in there for probably about 3 hours, that sounds about right. And I was done at General Nazgrim after wiping 5 times. I mean, the group, we weren't losing as many people as we did over in the Dark Shaman, but I just didn't want to stay in the group because it was already pretty late. Anyways, Nazgrim, I was thinking about using Twisted Fate just because of the ads, but I don't really know how to deal with the ads. I don't know if we're supposed to ignore them or DPS them down. It seems like we're supposed to DPS them down because those assassins were running around killing people. So I think Twisted Fate might actually be really good on that fight, because it gives you 15% extra damage, and your other alternative is Power Infusion, which increases your damage by 5% and increases your haste by 20% for 20 seconds. But it's on a 2-minute cooldown, and Twisted Fate lasts 12 seconds. So if you're able to get up 2 Twisted Fates in a span of 2 minutes, that's 24 seconds of 15% increased damage, and I was getting it way more because my Lightwell was also proccing it on me. So I think I might have to do some math on that to see how many seconds of Twisted Fate per 2 minutes is better than Power Infusion, because it was up a lot, even though I kept dying to... I don't even really know what I was dying to, because I would move out of the whirlwinds and stuff, and the totems, and something would just kill me randomly. Yeah, that fight was hard too. You just have to kill the ads and kill General Nazgrim, and Gammon's with you fighting the whole time. I think that's a pretty neat addition to the fight.